Martin, thank you for the interview that we would like to present to our Fuldom community in social media. And you are Martin Fuchs, Creative Director of the Planetarium Prague. What does a creative director in a planetarium? What's your job?
Well, creative director, these job titles are a bit weird always. Well, generally my responsibility is content creation for planetarium. So basically, production of our content, not only the full dome, but also prints for propagation, flat movies for observatories and this kind of stuff. So generally a producer, but well, it's been a long way there.
And are you an astronomer, or how did you become a creative director?
It's a long story because I was keen of astronomy from really child age, and when I was 14, I started to attend the astronomy classes. At the end of that, I became a volunteer at the astronomical observatory in Prague. So it's the same as our organization is observatory and planetarium in Prague. So basically, my working contract is from 1991 when I was 15.
Wow.
And still running. So yeah, it's been a long way. I worked all my studies at the observatory, but studying computer science. I'm computer graphics. And after that, I was 1 year abroad in Germany. And when I was returning, I was crazily rich, having, let's say, 3,000 marks or something. It was great for me. I said to myself, okay, it's time to have for 1 year or so some job I will really enjoy. So I came back to the observatory. They needed a technical guy for stuff like computers and show design and everything. And I'm still here. Well, my observatory times were from 2000 till 2018, so 18 years at the observatory, doing really everything. Yeah, from works in the workshop like drilling, welding, and stuff, to, let's say, design exhibitions, interactive things, films, and also giving lectures of astronomy, because, well, my job was literally half to half split between astronomy itself. So I was lecturer for schools. I was touring with a movable observatory through the summer camps and so on. And well, in 2019, when the director of the observatory became a director for the whole organization, he dragged me with himself to the planetarium. So that was the start of my fulldom career.
Interesting. Yeah, long way. Now, the Planetarium Prague has made an important decision, namely to build the first LED dome in Europe, something like that. If I'm correct.
Yeah, surely. We are pretty sure we will be first in Europe. The project is long. It's counting for years, and well, the development in the world is much faster. So we started to be first in the world, and it changes and changes. But for sure, we will be first in Europe, and well, in the top 10 in the world.
And how did this decision come about? What was the background for it?
You know, the background for it is basically the director, Jacob Rosenthal, and me are kind of gamblers, so we like good, new, and great things. And we saw a presentation of the LED dome back in the days in 1918 or something in China, just in
2018.
in a fabric where the LED panels are manufactured, and we simply fell in love with that. So it was for us the incredible experience. And from that time we are just thinking, okay, what it will take to bring it to Prague. And as we were facing a great reconstruction of the planetarium, since all the equipment was overdue for years or maybe decades. So, well, we said that's the right time to try this, and we are on the way.
Great. And can you explain how an LED dome differs from conventional projections?
Okay, in one word, completely. But the main difference is that the surface of the screen is black. So in every other planetarium with projectors, uh, you have a kind of contradiction that you got to project to the surface, so it must be reflective. But okay, the surface is around you, so it's reflecting everything. So if you have a light scene in a full dome, it's the light everywhere, and it falls down with contrast and colors and everything. So this is the main thing that it's totally is totally different for LEDs, because well, the LED panel is black. So if you want to if you want to know light, it's really truly black, and you have the light only in spots you need to and you want to. So well, that's basically the difference. And well, from the visitor's point of view, for me it's something you gotta remember the old computer monitors, that glassy ones, bulky ones, and the moment you first saw the flat LCD or LED panel, so it's such a difference. There's no way back, I guess.
And was it a difficult decision to go LED, or was it entirely clear from the beginning we want to have this?
Well, it was love for first sight, but well, it's it's really expensive, and we knew it will be very hard way to get there. But we did our best to do that. The difference for us was so huge, and the idea that we'll bring to Prague such a great technology was just yeah, love for first time for us.
Do you think that story, or how could it impact storytelling? So this new kind of brilliance in LED and projection.
You know, the storytelling itself, I don't think there's a clear influence. It really, I think it can really change the way of production. So, but the story, the I think there is one thing which is different from the producer point of view, that I'm mostly working with cameras. Okay, I'm a CGI guy from the university, but now I'm working with cameras, and in a projection planetarium, you you are trying, working with the camera, to be as dark as possible. Okay, planetarium came from the night sky, but also the scenes with the actors and this kind of stuff, you you try to keep it as black as possible, because okay, if you have a scene like behind me, the blue sky, green trees, lots of light, it doesn't work in a projection planetarium, yeah, because of that color fading, contrast fading, and so on. And this is completely different with the LED. The scene like behind me works excellent at the LED. So well, yeah, the change could be you can start to film and design scenes for a planetarium in just normal light, not only the black, the night.
Yeah.
That's the main difference for the
That
story.
was my question about that storytelling could change because when I imagine you can still remain in the field of scientific storytelling, but you can show different pictures. For example, this neutrino observatory in Kamioka or in the Arctic, where you definitely have bright light everywhere. It's difficult to present it now in a projection dome, as the bounce light is killing the brilliance of the image. And so this could have an impact on storytelling because you're not restricted anymore. That's more or less what you're saying, right?
Yeah, sure. That's a huge difference, I guess.
Yeah. So we have more freedom in even in documentaries or so.
Sure.
Do you think that the LED dome will have some impact on audience numbers? Do you think the audience will?
We simply hope so. Yeah, it will be. I guess it will be fail if you are building the only one LED planetarium in Europe and your audience will stay the same. Our audience numbers are not bad, but surely we hope in increase.
Yeah, I can imagine that there is some fascination in the audience. You will most probably have some public relations work around it, and yeah.
Sure. We are start work at the PR campaign around the opening of the planetarium and our future program. So it's definitely part of the job. It's not only about building the planetarium but also selling it to public. So it's well must be like
And how
that.
should one imagine the renovation? Is it comparable to the entirely new construction of everything, or does it take months or years, or how is this?
You know, I think it was much harder than building it from the scratch because our building is not, let's say, historical in European point of view. It's from 50s of the last century, but it's already protected by law as a architectural monument or so.
Mhm.
So we cannot simply touch the building itself. So it was really hard to fit this technology and switch it for the old Carl Zeiss dome for 50s design for the GP and Cosmorama. So I think it was more harder than building the new building from scratch, just designed for a new dome. It was really complicated. And the project itself is running, including the tender, which was also very hard thing. I didn't imagine how complicated it will be to tender this kind of technology because yeah, we are first in the world. There is almost no experience with it. We were really the first company in the world tendering the LED planetarium. So everything was new for the lawyers, for the contracts, etc. So it's running for more than 2 years to complete it.
So it will remain an omnidirectional dome, right? You won't change anything in your general setup.
It will be a bit different because our previous dome was from 50s, so it was just horizontal, designed for the analog planetarium, and we were trying to keep this setup for the astronomy itself because the astronomy is still our main topic. So the display will be almost horizontal, but with a front extension in the front of the audience. So it will be extension below the horizon in the front, and all the audience is lifted up. So the picture is more immersive. You are really inside the picture. Yeah, the previous for the analog projectors, the screen was I guess 2 meters up
Above.
or higher the audience because the projector was bulky and it has to be in the center of the projection. So it was a technical reason. Now the audience is more deep in the picture, and there is a front extension in front of them. So it's our design. It's only a new thing. I've never seen it before anywhere else, but we are trying to set up a hybrid screen for tilted or horizontal films or shows, just to choose. Yeah, it's not perfect, but we try that, and we'll see what the experience will be.
Sounds interesting. So you can have sweet spot oriented narration and omnidirectional narration. Both is possible.
Yes. The only drawback is that the front extension, the boundary is very sharp, because we are limited with the entrance doors for the hall, for the planetarium. And well, as I said, we are protected building, so there was absolutely no chance to move them or somehow work with it. So there is a sharp edge on the sides of the extension. It's not smooth, and well, we will see. We will see how to work with it. As I said, there's no such setup in the world, and well, we are looking forward to have some experience.
Can you talk about the budget somehow? What's the general cost for such an?
Sure. As we are spending public money, all the contracts are public, so they are publicly accessible and must be by the Czech law. And well, the general budget for the whole construction, because well, it's not only the LED technology, it includes completely new power lines to the planetarium, air conditioning, obviously seats and stage and everything. So our budget is around 10 million euros
Okay.
for the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. And do you expect that there will be more LED domes in Europe, or it's perhaps a general trend to go from projection to LED, or is there no signs yet?
I'm absolutely sure that well, most of the bigger planetariums in, let's say, next 20 years will be LED if our and similar projects now will succeed. Okay, we can find some bad spot and a dead end road. Yeah, it's a risky stuff. These are early adoptions, so there can be something you cannot expect, and well, it could happen, but hopefully it will not happen. And if the thing will be as incredible as we have seen in the demonstrations, I'm pretty sure that the LED is future of the immersive projection and planetariums.
And the Sphere in Las Vegas is somehow an LED sphere, LED full dome theater as well. Are you like observing what they're doing? Do you get any like inspirations from there?
Well, not inspirations, but let's say experience. During the market research before the project, I traveled the world, and I can swear I've been to every spherical LED in the world that time, including the sphere. So, well, this is completely different kind of venue. It's not a planetarium. It's a show venue for big shows, big concerts. But well, the experience is definitely valuable for us. I've been there. I've been also to the studios in Los Angeles, where they are creating the content for the sphere. And well, it was very nice visit, and very valuable for us for design and decisions we made with our dome.
What would you say is when you characterize the difference between the sphere and the LED domes, planetariums that you have seen? How would you summarize the most important difference?
The difference generally is not in the technology. The technology is almost the same, yeah, but the difference is size and the place. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. It's Las Vegas and 100-meter dome, so it was designed. It was designed for completely different purpose than the planetarium. And okay, uh, it's uh, it's true that we are trying to make Prague Planetarium a kind of venue with multi-content dramaturgy, not only the astronomy, not only the education. Uh, we are trying to have also concerts, theaters, discussions, technology talks, and all the kind of stuff uh, in the planetarium. But basically, our main focus is still the astronomy and education. The main purpose of MSG Sphere is entertainment. Yeah, okay, they can make a kind of, let's say, scientific shows or nature shows like postcards from the planet Earth, but I'm pretty sure their main focus is on a concert of U2 and Madonna and Taylor Swift and this. So this is the main difference. I guess this is completely different kind of venue using the same technology.
And can you talk a bit about the experiences that you have made by visiting other LED domes that you have found around the world already? Would also be interesting if you could send us later some, let's say, some list of venues, because then we can insert it as added value to our users. But can you talk a bit about your experience and what was fascinating and where was it and those kind of things?
We have been to demonstration prototypes in China and United States in Evans Satellite or COSM Experience Center. We have been to two domes in Japan built by Konica Minolta and RSA Cosmos. There is a small installation by size in Dubai in Expo area. MSG Sphere is also, but well, there are more and more coming. So well, this list is 1 year old, and I'm sure it's pretty obsolete. But I think the main thing or topic we have learned was that well, the LEDs or the panels are uh, are same always. Yeah, they are all manufactured in China. There are some, let's say, tech flaws or errors you gotta avoid. But if you have a good LED panels, you are just basically right. But what makes a huge difference is how to handle them. So the software, there are really uh, different approaches and ways how to process the image to deliver it to the LED screen. And for me, this makes a difference. And it was the important topic for the tendering and selecting our supplier to look inside these processes how to handle the image, how to deliver an image, and how to handle uh, let's say the small mistakes or imperfections in a LED surface, which are always present, but the way to handle them is a key for the quality of the solution. So well, the software is a key in basic sentence. That's the difference.
Do you have any specific recommendations on how to set up the software?
You know, it's hard to say. It's a very complex topic, but well, there are uh, there are points or things to look at to well, for example, what's the uh, just a little problem with LEDs by design is that if they are switched off, there's no light, to zero, and uh, especially in astronomy where there are some faint nebulas, the crescents, and whatever stuff, you need such very smooth start of the light curve. And with LED, there is always a first step. So from zero to little one is a step, and then it's smooth and continuous. And well, there are software techniques not to avoid this at the hardware. The step is always there, but let's say to trick your eye, the step is almost flat or it's not there. And well, that's an example. Yeah, these let's say technological things are more tricks on your eyes than the solutions, hardware solutions of the problems, but they definitely made a difference, and you see it. You see it.
Great. That's great tip. That's the value of this interview, that people really learn something specific from when they're planning for a LED dome or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. One thing I was also curious about is when you have visited the other domes. You were talking about a dome, for example, in Dubai, which is on the expo there from Zeiss. And most probably it will have different applications than only astronomy, as far as I imagine. And what's your experience about that? Is everybody mainly on astronomy, or are there different intentions as well?
Well, particularly this solution for Dubai was completely non-astronomical, and it was not well. We got to establish kind of criteria. What's uh, what's the object we will consider as a, let's say, prototype of the LED screen. So it has to be curved in both directions. So this size installation was completely different from planetarium. It was a kind of a dish you look into from up above, and surrounded also by the LED wall in cylindrical shape. So well, and the content there was non-astronomical. It was a kind of artistic installation, but well, for us it was an experience, and the way how size handled that. So okay, it was completely non-planetarian installation. Honestly, MSG sphere is also far from astronomy. There is no astronomy at all. uh, and well, you can go to pure planetariums like we are, or the COSM installations. They have that experience centers and their own venues for presenting something between culture and entertainment and for instance sports. They are planning to have a sport streaming in the immersive environment. So as you are in the middle of football match or ice hockey match or something. So well, there are different purposes or different use cases of the LED, and well, the planetarium is one of them.
True. And for me, it is always stunning, amazing, this like spherical effect in storytelling, this immersive effect. And as technology is getting better and better, can you imagine, or is it possible that general cinema will go more into this curved direction somehow?
It's hard to say. Probably, but probably not the way the film industry wants it, let's say. Because, well, I think the general flat format will stay because people at their homes will always have flat screens of televisions or projectors and so. But, well, it's an interesting idea that the venues people are going to see the really good content in a good environment could turn to more immersiveness, but there'll be only few of them. Okay, it's for me it's imaginable that classical cinemas will slightly disappear because of the all Netflixes and online stuff. So the people and we see it that the people are a bit losing motivation to go to the cinema because they have 1 meter LED screen at their living rooms. But, well, in a case they are going outside to spend money for the content, the film content, they will probably prefer immersive experience. We will see. We will see. Well,
True.
I'm not the marketer of film
Yeah, yeah,
industry,
yeah.
but I can imagine. I can imagine that. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
imagine that.
true. It's a good consideration. Very interesting.
On the
And
other side,
mhm.
pardon,
Yeah,
uh, I see a different thing in a Fulldom content. There are many films, Fulldom films for Planetarium, which are, well, they are immersive. It's 360 projections, but they are designed and their storytelling is designed strictly directional. That, okay, it's a film from Planetarium, but I see almost no difference between Planetarium and cinema. Okay, there is a picture around me, but the action is happening in front of me always. So probably that's another way how to improve it, to, let's say, educate uh, content producers how the immersive environment works and how to use it. Yeah, because, well, if there is a producer with a classical film school, it's it could be hard for him to say, okay, I'm not only directional, it's not only my camera and I have it everywhere, and to work with it properly. And, well, there are bright people understanding this, but, well, it will be also a long way to do that.
true. And there is a second movement which is coming up, Apple Vision Pro, Meta Quest, so this VR headset thing. What kind of possibilities or influence do you see on the full dome experience, or yeah, let's say the overlap between the two? Do you have any ideas about that?
Well, the VR headset, for me, it's a kind of home entertainment thing at at first, and at second, it could be perfectly used in education, but different way. Yeah, there's a big difference. You are really inside a thing, and you alone. You can interact with the thing. Apart from a planetarium, when you are together with another 200 people, so it's a different kind of interaction and different kind of feeling. On the other way, I have the VR headset, and honestly, for me, it's not a comfortable thing. It's very limited in time, and I really don't understand or don't get the people watching, let's say, film content inside a VR. As you are only sitting and wearing the VR headset, but I really love the interaction. So I think, well, not only the gaming, okay, gaming is a big topic in VR, but also any kind of interaction with a picture or with the environment in, for example, in a way you cannot do in a real world. For me, it's really interesting. And well, for example, my all-time favorite application for VR is a graffiti simulator. So you have the spray cans in your hands and you can just draw pictures on the wall, which you cannot obviously do in the real world.
Yeah,
well, well, it's
you
pretty
can, but you go to
problematic.
prison
But
for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have done it in my teenage. No, not
Yeah.
anymore. I am out
Yeah.
of that. So well, for me, this is the way how to use the VR, and well, it's completely different kind of approach and thinking in VR in a planetarium for me. But well, probably I'm a too old and
Yeah,
boomer for this.
you were mentioning another keyword which is popping up all the time when we are talking to filmmakers or planetarium filmmakers and everybody, and this is interaction, audience interaction. This is something everybody is totally fascinated, but we're talking about crowd interaction, of course, because many people are like present in the audience. And can you elaborate a bit on this? What are the possibilities? Are you applying it to your audience? What do you expect from this, movement?
you know, it's problematic. It's really problematic, and I'm also uh, internally really fascinated with the possibility to interact with the immersive content in a crowd. But honestly, we didn't find a way how to do that, and we really tried that. Yeah, we have a kind of voting thing in our previous dome, but it turned out it was always easier for a lecturer to go in front of the audience and ask children from schools, okay, what do you think about it, than to make it technically with cell phones or these buttons. Same same back in the days in the in the observatory times, we were designing a kind of modular shows that well, the half hour show was, let's say, built from 5-10 minute blocks that the audience could choose what the story will follow, what will be the next thing. But well, surprisingly, it wasn't successful, and for teachers was more comfortable to have just one film covering the topic, and then that's it. Or they're always asking, okay, what do you recommend? And we say, okay, it's not about us. You choose. Not our recommendation. Is couldn't be good in this. So well, it's I think it's generally possible, and it's fascinating me. But the way how to do it is is an unbeaten path, I guess.
Yeah, I have seen on IPS some people who were some from Switzerland, planetarium's director or so, who has, as far as I understood, very successful interactive shows with children, pupils,
Yeah.
or so. We have to investigate this a bit more, but that's yeah. Have you ever seen a a successful interactive show somewhere, perhaps not in your planetarium, but somewhere?
Well, uh, to be uh, to be complete on this topic, there must be definition what's interactive. Yeah,
Yeah.
because well, generally our shows or our program is interactive by design because they are partly live. There is a there is a lecturer who's giving a kind of talk, then play some short content. They then asking people, yeah, interacting with it. So it's in fact interactive show. So what I was talking about previously was a kind of automated or involve a technology inside of that. So okay, that's the hard spot for me. But well, generally for years, our shows are interactive in a way that there is a live show just naturally interacting with the audience through the person who is giving a lecture, or it's not a lecture, it's let's say your guide through the show. Yeah, so well, this is the interaction. And well, definitely it's great for children, for school groups, that you can really ask them and discuss with them the topic they are interested in, or or they don't understand from the previous content, and etc. So well, that's definitely the interaction we work with for ages. And well, what the technology will be, what will be new stuff, we'll see. We will see. We have also some kind of plans with a new dome, how to, let's say, put interactivity in our content. We will see. We will see.
When it comes to financing this tremendously expensive renovation, is the rental of the dome one way to do it? Because what we are observing at the moment is that planetariums and full dome theaters are somehow also interested in renting it out to conferences or science conferences, or whatever it is. Is this a part of the refinancing strategy?
Sure, sure. Well, generally, we are founded by the city as a public service. So,
Mm.
well, uh, our revenue is not covering our costs. I'm gotta honestly say, if it should cover our cost, uh, our entrance fee should be more than twice more. So, and as we are public service, we are keeping this low for accessibility, especially for children, schools. Yeah, because we are part of state education. But definitely, our intention is to uh, make another content. Uh, I was talking about concerts, theaters, culture, and this is the part which is just covering their costs. Okay, we uh, we don't want to make extra revenue on that because well, it's culture, it's service, and more of that. We are absolutely open for renting by say companies, presentations, universities, tech talks, etc., to make events in our space. And well, that's a way how to earn some money, and we are doing it also for years. So there have been many events, let's say industry events or business events in our planetarium because well, it's attractive spot.
So and when you have this super attractive LED dome and it has a positive impact on audience numbers, and then also this would help to do the refinancing better than with more audience.
Yes, sure. Well, it's a kind of balancing. Yeah, that okay. You got to be you got to stay on the side of public service and education. But well, in our decisions every day, we just looking at it. Okay, don't do something which has zero value. Uh, Educational or financial. Okay, you must do that for some reason. If the reason is education and it's a good way, okay, it's covered. But if it's let's say half educational, half commerce, it should get some revenue to cover itself. Yeah, so don't be just stupidly throwing money to anything. And well, in this point of view, if you take, let's say, cultural venues in Prague, we are together. in the Prague organization, we are still the best with the balance. Yeah, let's say to earn a half of your expenses is in this field something which is really good.
Yeah. And I can imagine that when you have this LED technology with this brilliant projection, um, and you are open to different fields of culture, for example, as you mentioned, theater, that perhaps new audiences will stream in when you show some kind of Shakespeare piece, which is given there as a whatever filmed, recorded, and you are in the middle of the scene all of a sudden, seeing everybody acting very closely. That could be, yeah, stunning, amazing, and bring in new audiences which are not going to your theater yet.
Yeah, that's the one way. Yeah, to to stream some as you said, theater or classical music concerts and kind of stuff. But we have also done before a real full dome theater acts just in a dome. So we have live actors and the projection in combination with the brilliant directors just understanding the space. So that was just theater piece designed for the immersive thing to be performed in the planetarium. And we have also a couple of concerts of bands with dedicated full dome and immersive content being a part of the show and of the music. So this works, and honestly, this is my job to bring culture, festivals, music, and all the other things into the planetarium to make it multi-purpose venue for well great content.
Yeah, great. So you are the curator, and it's
Yes,
constantly creative every day, as far as I understand it.
I'm trying to.
Okay, Martin. So thank you for the interview, and yeah, we will stay in touch, and hope we can. Oh, I'm sure we can edit something extraordinary from it. And thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Have a nice time.